Hey folks, Sir Charles Carey here, and I've done a lot of traveling over the past 20 years. I've traveled to the West Coast, up and down the East Coast, the Midwest, by plane, by train, car, you name it, and I've done it. But the whole point is to be prepared. Sometimes you have to carry your equipment with you. Sometimes you have to carry your product with you, and you want to always be prepared to put your best foot forward. I'm going to show you how I pack a bag. So hang in there so I can show you this really quickly.
I think it's really important to have everything ready in advance. I'm talking about shirt, suit, shoes, everything, jewelry, cufflinks, the whole nine. Because when you have to travel, you want to see what you're working with. You don't want to leave anything behind. You don't want to leave anything to chance. And once you see everything, it kind of makes it easier mentally to know how you want to pack. Now, you want to take a shirt that's obviously appropriate for your trip. So you want a white shirt, a blue shirt, maybe a gray shirt, depending on what you're going to wear. But I believe white is the best way to go. A nice, crisp, white button down shirt will always serve you well. And me, I always keep a couple of shirts brand new because they're easy to pack when you got to travel. And, knowing this, you find that white shirt is a classic. It never goes out of style. Then you always got to get the right suit. For men, you want that pinstripe, that black, that navy, and then you're ready to go. And just pick your suit or pick your outfit carefully, because if it's an annual event, you want to look sharp and crisp. You want them to call you back. If it's not, you still want to look good. You just want to make sure that you're prepared and that you really have the look that they're paying for. Now, as it relates to shoes, I'm old school. I like a hard bottom dress shoe, shiny, tie up preferred. But I know things are changing, times are changing, and we need comfort. And if you're doing a lot of movement on stage, back and forth, jumping, dancing, walking in the audience, it may be advisable to have shoes that will complement the work at hand. Not just speaking, but the fact that you have to actually walk, you're moving, you're carrying your weight, your body weight, all that support needs comfort. And that's why sometimes people use the different types of soft bottom cushion shoes. And you see the different styles depending on the preference of the person that is presenting. Because I present and I'm an author, I like to take my own equipment, and sometimes I may even be able to take product if they haven't ordered product in advance. And I just find it more convenient to have my own computer with my presentation and any personal information that I want to share versus sending it ahead, because one, it's my own intellectual property, but also my computer's information doesn't change. If I send it to someone, I don't know what's going to happen. So I have a carry-on as well as my own computer. And as you see, I packed it away and I put it in my carry-on with me. And all I have to do is take my computer with me in my carry-on, and it goes right into my bag, and I can keep moving to do my presentation. And that's the best thing about being compact and planning as an entrepreneur. Now, I have a medium sized bag, and sometimes my carry on with my medium sized bag, which allows me to get more bags on the plane, hopefully at a minimum size. But this bag has four wheels, which will roll very well on carpet, on hard ground. It's a Samsonite, it's pretty durable, and that's why I like it. It's got several compartments, which allow me to be able to put, different things, incidentals, different items, doesn't matter what it is, as long as it fits comfortably and it doesn't bulge out or draw unnecessary attention. In my opinion, that's how I look at it. But, you want to take care of your bag because your bag will take care of you. And as I say, most bags do have compartments, but you can use the compartments for whatever you need, vitamins or just different things, depending on, again, how long you're going, how many things you need to take with you, and, what you're actually doing, bottom line. So this bag, I really like it a lot. I got a good deal, but in this flap here, I use this for my dirty clothes. Like after I've been there for a few days, I'll take my dirty clothes, fold them up, put them in that front section, and keep them separated from the other clothes that are clean, obviously. And that's how I like to separate my different items. You may do yours a little bit differently, but I enjoy the functionality of this bag. And it can be any bag, but the better bag, the better it'll last, and the better you can do what you want. Shoes can go in here, depending if you like your shoes in your bag with your clothing. But I put my laptop and other things in this bag. So again, just look at the compartments and think about what you're carrying with you. This is like a hidden compartment. A lot of times I'll put my shirts in there. I'll put one shirt in one way, and then I'll put another shirt in a different direction. But I really enjoy this bag, and I don't use it for anything except for traveling. I'm kind of funny like that. This little bag is for like soap and toiletries, and that stays in the bag, so I just keep it there. The bag also has a nice valise, a nice valise for suits or jackets, whatever you may be carrying. Now, of course, it's not a full valise. It's one of those that just helps keep your stuff together. You can just use it for shirts if you wanted to. So, but this is how I use my stuff and when I travel, and I highly recommend that wherever your engagement is, and no matter how long you're going to be, you take a bag that is the appropriate size for all the things you need. Your socks and your underwear can fit on the side. You can do whatever you need with the right bag for the right type of event. Now, there's a bigger bag beyond this size, but I don't have it. My focus is just usually my laptop and this bag if it's a short trip, or if I'm going to be gone for a little bit longer, I'll take this bag and another bag so that I can get what I have done, because I really don't like checking my stuff under the plane, to be honest with you. But this little valise is handy. It's perfect if you do have shirts or a jacket or suits that you want to carry with you. And for me, I like it again because it's complete. I mean, it's all self-contained, and it's pretty easy to figure out, and to use. You just take your suit. This bag here is probably only good for one suit and maybe a jacket. You can fit more, but I keep my stuff in plastic so it doesn't wrinkle up. And that's the same thing with shirts. If you keep them in the plastic from the cleaner's bag, it won't wrinkle up on you. So I like to keep either plastic bag from the cleaners or the trash bags, because I put the shoes in the trash bag sometimes to keep it from dirtying up my other clothing items. But this valise, this little temporary valise, has its own snaps on it. I just put my suit in there, and then I snap it down, and before you know it, voila, I'm good to go. All I'm going to have is a closer on my back and a few items in my bags, and I am ready for my trip. So this is one of the things I like about trips, beyond presenting, the preparation and knowing what you want to do and feeling good about knowing and having your own process. Okay, so as you see here in this picture I showed you before, there's a large bag and a medium-sized bag. Now, my bag is actually a medium-sized bag, and normally I only put my laptop in that bag if I have like a stay over 2 days max. If I have to stay longer than that, that's when I'll use my computer bag, which has a roller, and I'll put my computer laptop in that roller bag. And then this bag, this blue bag, the Samsonite, is solely for clothing and maybe a few books. But before I get into that any deeper, I'm going to show you how I put away my shoes, because that's an important part of the process. Even though the bag may have compartments for shoes, you still want to make sure you're being efficient with your space and that you don't dirty up your other clothes, because the worst thing you can do is be on the road and need to do more work because your clothing is dirty. So I use these plastic bags like from CVS or the supermarket, and I put each shoe in a bag, and then I put those shoes, in the bag so that they don't smudge the shirts or the pants or whatever it is. I find that that's a very safe way, because the bags weigh nothing. They're light, so it's not any additional weight, and it's convenient. And I can just throw the bags away when I'm done. Now, sometimes you may want to do it differently, but I just think it's a smarter way of doing it when you can simply put both shoes in plastic bags and either put them at opposite ends of the suitcase, or you can put them right next to one another. And again, it keeps your clothes from getting dirty. And then you have to remember If you haven't done everything, make sure you check your list. If you haven't pulled everything out, and you put your travel bag on top where you have your toothbrush, your Q-tips, your deodorant, and all those other things, because those things, they will make a difference in your convenience. Last thing you want to do is get to another city and then have to find a Rite Aid or a CVS or whatever it is, Walgreens. You want to have everything you need and not need anything else. And if you're wondering about the voiceover, yes, it's a voiceover because I thought this was a much easier way versus constantly trying to look into the camera and hoping that the audio was good. Now, this is the small bag I use for a computer bag when it's really a super short stay, or when I know that I'm going to take that blue bag plus this bag because I'm carrying a few books and I want to make it convenient. And both of these bags can go on the plane. One can go over top and one can go under the seat. And if they charge more, at least I know where my stuff is. It's not being thrown around. My books are not going to get bent up. And it's just convenient for me. I don't know about you, but I like when I do things in a way that really make it convenient. I can snatch my bags off the train or the plane and keep moving to get to my hotel. So my suggestion to you, make sure you have a small bag and maybe a smaller bag. Learn how to fold your garments in a way that it's size and space efficient, and then you'll find that traveling can actually be a lot fun, especially if it's for business, because you're traveling compact and you're getting from point A to point B the way you want, and that's a good feeling. So with that being said, share your comments, your likes, any other things you like to say. In fact, share with me, how do you pack when it's time to get away? And don't forget to subscribe.